All right, we have startup pitch now. How about that? Is, I think, really one of the best moments of the day. And we have several startups and judges, and so I will introduce. But first, before to begin, do you all have your bag? You have a bag from the reception, right? Show me. All right, inside the bag there is a present, and it is a new iPad Retina. Have a look. I'm joking. Otherwise the ticket would cost 2,000 euros, of course. No, but inside there is a present, and it's a card. There is a green card and a red card. Can you show me the green card and the red card? Please, help me. Great, excellent. Okay, so we'll do like that. It's basically it's a startup competition. Now, Marco Marinucci, I will introduce him, and he will explain you everything. But remember that we also want your feedback. So at the end of each Q&A, pitch and Q&A with each startup, we will ask you just to give you your feedback, okay? Be good, because pitching is damn hard. Okay, everything right? You got it? Okay. Marco Marinucci from Mind the Bridge, please, a big welcome. Mind the bridge, huh?
yeah. Speaking of bridges to Silicon Valley, it's been mentioned already twice.
Okay.
Anyway, good morning, everybody. It's awesome to be here. Look at this. Never been in a theater like this. I'm Marco Marinucci. I actually live in San Francisco, although part of my family is actually from here. And I've been fortunate enough to be part of probably the best business school in digital economy that today you can find on Earth. That is Google in Silicon Valley for the last 7 years. Now I'm also part of the increasing community of Italians living in Silicon Valley, so more and more of us up there. But when we started Mind the Bridge 5 years ago, this country was a very different place. You know, talking about startups wasn't as cool as today. Today it looks like this is the #1 sport of Italians doing startups. It's way above soccer. And there are a lot of opportunities. That's what keep us excited to push for the best innovation is coming out of these countries. And there are a lot of opportunities. We do have, we are surrounded by art. We do have creativity. We do have actually the engineers that are graduating from our schools are at least as good as the ones that are graduating from the best schools in US. So there are opportunities, also shortcomings. So, our accent is still a problem. Our presentation skills are still a problem. But we nobody know how to pick a shirt or to pick a nice pair of shoes. So that plays in our favor. The startups that we're representing are coming from a process that also involved most of the stakeholders in the startup economy in Italy. There are 50+ startups outside, but it's just space for that many, as there is enough time for 6 startups here. But we could have picked probably 4, 5, 6 times of the startups as equally valuable and exciting to show here. But that's just a sample of what we can offer. And I do believe it is actually a business opportunity out there for these startups to start, comparing themselves with the real major league in the world that is also Silicon Valley, but not only. Okay, so let me start.
And sorry, Marco, we have Mind the Bridge session in the morning, one in the afternoon, and in the end we have an award, right?
Yeah, so in the end we have an award. You also, your vote, your green card or red card is something that we'll consider as part of the award of the best startups. There's also chips. Thank you, Mike, making hand sign. There's also some coins that you have in your bag that you need to place around the startups that you like, and somebody is going to count those coins to see who is the most bot company that is out there.
Yeah, and we also took the star one on the stage. The one with the most chips in the afternoon will take here for a short pitch, okay?
There we go. So, as Man the Bridge, actually, that's the one thing I didn't say. We do help a smooth landing of the startups to Silicon Valley. So that's what we do for a living. Anyway, so let's start with the real show. There's going to be 3 startups this morning, 3 startups in the afternoon. Let me call on stage first the judges. The judges are major venture capitalists that have been active somehow also in Europe, but most of them actually resides outside of Italy. And so let me call them on stage. Let me call Ivan Farneti. Mauro Pretolani. Massimiliano Max Magrini. EMANUELE LEVI. And Sitar Taylor. All right, guys, so that's how it's going to work. If you guys have seen TechCrunch Disrupt, I've seen 4 of those. But also some of the events that are happening here more and more. You know the rules. So we have a very fixed short time for presenting. This will be 4 minutes. So the startup will have 4 minutes. They'll see here the number of seconds I've left. We're going to turn off the mic past the 4 minutes. And then we have 5 minutes for questions. And these guys, the judges, will ask and grill the startups with questions. We have 5 minutes for questions, OK? So let's get started. And we're going to call first on stage Giovanni Strocchi at Mantex.
So, good morning to everybody. I'm Giovanni Strocchi, the CEO of Admantix. Admantix, let me start from the name, is a semantic advertising company. This is all the first question for the panel later on. So let me start from the market context. The digital online advertising market is booming at a 25% rate today, especially with the focus in display advertising and social media. But there is a huge problem there. As this report from Comscore report, a lot of the money is lost because the advertisers are bad placed on the pages. They are not well placed on the page, or they are not relevant for the context of the page. And on top of that, 70% of advertisers might have their ad in a page that, in which the context might damage their brand. Why that? Because the current contextual technology, the ones that analyze the page, fundamentally are based on keywords and statistics or on those keywords. Let me show you some examples of what a keywords approach might generate. If you take this example on the top left, you see an advertisement of a quite famous restaurant chain that offers a dinner for 2 in an article that speaks about 250 people that got sick in the same restaurant chain. Probably not the best free offer. I would not take this ticket for sure, and I would remember the brand not for going there. Another example, imagine to advertise a fantastic cruise experience in a page that speaks about a cruise disaster. So it's exactly what happens when you take cruise as a keyword for publishing something. As Admantix, we solve these problems. Why that? Our unique semantic technology is based on natural language processing, so we understand the context and the context of the page like a human would do. So we are able to extract a deep understanding with more than 800 categories, like a human would do on the page. And on top, we are able to understand emotion, sentiment, intention that came out from the page. We call frame of mind generated on the user. Clearly, we are cookieless. We don't trace cookie. We just analyze the page. And so we are very safe from the privacy point of view. Let me show how does it work. Fundamentally, we crawl the page. When a customer clicks on a page, instantaneously we analyze the page. In this case, there is an article of the success of Zuckerberg and Facebook, and we tag it. So we analyze and we extract categories, sentiment, and emotion. The customer are able to define for each campaign what they want to have as a publication mechanism. In this case, BMW, a famous brand car, want to claim joy is BMW. As an example, they might select success, modern, joy, design. And in this case, in 2 milliseconds, we match fundamentally the analysis and the request. We do it, we give it to the ad server, and it is published real time for the customers. With this technology, we have an advantage of more than double the CTR, click-through rate, of some of our customers. And on top of that, we are able to sell the CPM, the cost of their inventory, at $2, $3 more, so a lot of money for them. The team has more than 10 years experience in semantic technology. They came out from one of the most famous semantic technology companies here in Italy, and a huge experience in international innovation management. Right now, we are already active in Italy, in UK, and in USA. There are some big customers like TNT Network, the third biggest other network in the world, that have selected us for our unique technology. We are already integrated with the key ad exchanges in the ecosystem. We are doing more. And there are a lot of customers that I hope will be with us in the next few weeks. And so this will allow us to enter in the new year with 1.5 million about of revenue expected at the beginning of the year. We are raising now an intermediate round of financing because we want to boost the presence in USA, the commercial presence, and opening up also in the rest of Europe, Germany, and France first.
Right on. Look at that. I don't know if you guys can see the countdown, but he actually ended at the second. So good job with that. All right, so it's time for questions. The idea is to pick 2, 3 questions. So whoever wants to start, even.
Well, first of all, good job. Great presentation. Lots of energy. We always like that. Can you say a couple of words about your pricing model? How do you price your technology, and what is a typical customer engagement? So who's the customer? How you engage with them?
We start from the pricing. We are a CPM pricing model, so we charge from 10 euro cent CPM to 2 euro cent depending from volume. We are a data provider, so we are a crunching company. Every single time they need to publish something, they call us, and then we count a page for CPM. So fundamentally, if you consider $2 or $3 of value, we take 2%, 3%, whatever it is. So it's cheap considering the value. Engagement model is a B2B sales model. So we go to big publisher, NBC was in the slide, or to be ad network. We just pitch to them what we do. They test us because they have a lot of money associated to that. We integrate and we do. It's quite fast for our side because we have got just an API and the cloud service. From their point of view, it depends on where they are in their internal technology development.
Maybe, what do you plan to do with what's the use of proceeds of this fundraising? How much goes into the product? How much goes elsewhere, such as in
Okay, the new one, the next 2 million.
Absolutely.
Is all commercial because fundamentally the technology now is stable, is the demonstration from our customer tell us. We have some innovation that is coming, but 75% is on new sales guy in America, the business development in Germany and France, and some marketing to be much more present and relevant in USA. That is the key market for this kind of selling.
What are the metrics and KPIs you use to position your product versus partners?
Okay, we go there and fundamentally we tell very easily that the experience with other customers of the increase of CTR and CPM. We have just released a white paper in which we have crawled all the 10 major newspapers in USA, and with the statistical analysis we have demonstrated that they might raise up to 300 million more in advertising if they better use also our technology on top of theirs, targeting technologies, considering the context and the content of the pages. So fundamentally we say, is a lot of value, test us, and then we go in.
First of all, congratulations for you are, because I met the company at the beginning. The market is great, ad tech and ad optimization is a great market. However, it's very crowded, and it's not enough that your product is good. It has to be good, but it has to stack up higher than the other products, because you may optimize, but people may have other type of optimization that are very good. So what is your substitute product? What are the products that people use instead of you, or not really instead, but they prefer to use that kind of optimization, they don't bother with yours?
Yeah, the key, let me say, targeting mechanisms are behavioral, so with cookies. The second one is geographical, high-speed information on where the customer comes through, fundamentally. And clearly, those are the key core of the current advertising environment. When we arrive and pitch, normally they say, I might leave with what I've got. Clearly, there is this current situation in which cookies are under, let me say, analysis from the privacy point of view. And on top of it, it's quite clear that our targeting add value, especially if you also include other information like the behavioral ones. Having an information of I'm a man and I'm looking at what is the perfect mix. So with that, we kill the initial friction of I've got something already. And not always, but normally we're able to demonstrate the value of what we do. And we are very data providers, so we stay in our field and we don't go in doing advertisement or the rest.
All right, I think that's out of time.
We get the final judge from you. Just come here in the center, okay? Oh, guys, be good, huh?
Be good.
Right here. Gosh, okay, that's the...
No tomatoes, please, no tomatoes.
Okay, just green or red card, okay?
Cast your vote. There's also red, it's not just green. Oh, see if you're red. We're going to count down. I'm going to take a picture, count every single of you.
Okay. And then probably there is a startup with an algorithm to calculate everything for...
we can.
Thank you so much.
All right, right on. Thank you. All right, off a good start. Now, next on stage is actually the first woman. And we have a couple. We need to have more, by the way, as startuppers. And we're calling on stage Francesca Romano Atuma. Go.
Sorry. Hello, everybody. I'm Francesca Romano, CEO and co-founder of Atuma, the ultimate mobile toolkit to make your smartphones matter. But why need smartphones matter? Just because you know, guys, that nowadays we are slaves to our mobile technology. Every minute in our life is spent uploading photos on Facebook, making check-in, reading message, or switching on or off your Wi-Fi, GPS, silent mode, and so on. But today, with Atuma, we can change the game. Atuma boosts your mobile to its full potential and frees you from tons and tons of tedious and mundane tasks that you have to perform every day. Let me show a short video. Well, Atuma Touch of Magic lets you to create your self-made apps in just 1 minute, and of course, without coding at all. And we'll have automagically, as we love to define the action of Atuma, a smartphone able to activate text-to-speech when we're driving to read our incoming email, or switch Wi-Fi off when you're getting out of home to save your battery, or post your photos on Facebook, but just when you're in a specific place, for example, in holiday, or tweet you if your friends are around. And many, many other use cases. But how can we do this? Creating Atuma is very simple. You just have to set up some condition that we define if, that trigger simple action that we define do. So if something happens, do something else. This is the very useful, very easy user interface. Then we can give a name to our Atuma and we can enable it. After also we can publish to share it in our community of Atuma users. And so the other user can download from yours. Also, we can tag our Atuma to make it easy to search and to find the right Atuma at the right needs. This is the user interface. It's very, very simple. Well, the third mobile era is the contextual mobile world revolution. And this is one of the top trends to watch in the next year, according to Gartner. And we really believe that Atuma is leading this kind of revolution because it makes your smartphone able to understand and to respond to the context users are living. So we think that Atuma is the right product in the right market at the right time. And also, if these two guys, believe that Atuma can lead this revolution, you should do too. We have 5 keys of beta user in just 3 months without any marketing cost. We have a USA provisional patent request, and now today we launch our public beta version. What we are looking for is $1 million to scaling our technology, to build a massive marketplace of Atuma, of course, start to do revenue, and start to integrate API objects for smart home. This is our amazing team: Giaia Pistolas, Growth Hacker, Andrea Merigioli, Digital Sculpture, Fabrizio Cialdea, Tech Chewer, me, of course, as Vision Architect and CEO. Thank you very much for your attention.
Awesome. We saved 20 seconds.
$1 million, right, you're seeking?
Yeah.
So 200,000 each, I think, more or less. Okay, good. We'll make it.
All right, so we have 5 minutes of questions. Fire it off. Don't be shy.
So it seems like you're a mobile version of If This Then That.
Sorry, if this then that, yes, it's like if this and that, but it's very different because if this and that doesn't include any mobile functionalities. So it does make your app contextual as we want to do. Because being mobile means that you live with your mobile phone, you live with the technology that follow you, follow your behavior.
Okay, so I understand that, but the app has to be running all the time. So
Yeah.
it must drain the battery at an
No,
incredible rate.
the apps is foreground and don't drain the battery. But of course, if you use GPS with some rules, some Atuma with GPS, it spends some battery. Yes, it takes some battery.
I'm going to say, this is a shameless plug on mine, but my daughter is 6 years old and she's been creating rules with this stuff. Beta user, alpha,
user,
I would
yeah.
say.
You have an amazing daughter, Marco.
No, I don't want to sell my stuff. Go ahead.
Francesca, what have you learned with regard to the beta version you launched? Any metrics, anything that you can tell us? I mean,
What we have learned, sorry?
from your beta version that you launched in May,
Oh,
do you have any metrics on?
Yeah, we have 40% of active user, and it's a very much. And also we discovered that user can do a lot of things that we didn't expect. Very, very complex rules that we didn't imagine. For example, some user to find his mobile phone create a rules that if I send to myself an email, please set off silent mode and play a songs of his library at loud volume. So it's very beautiful for us to discover how can they do this.
Very quickly, the acquisition today is done how, and is there any viral angle that you can use?
Not now, because till now we provide just beta code to use the apps, but from today we want to test this viral market.
And the virality, I mean, is there any function that you can activate to make it viral?
Yeah, we plan to program to develop a system about inviting someone, inviting your friends, of course, by Facebook and Google.
Can you say something about the technology in itself? So, do you actually pre-code all of the various calls to the operating system and to the hardware, or is it this compiled on the fly? Because the second question is, if I'm creating an Atuma on my iPhone,
yeah,
or an Atuma that works on the iPhone, and then I want to share it with Peter, who's got an Android phone, the set of mechanical call to the OS is going to be different.
Of course.
Do you do the translation, or is there an engine that does it automatically? Do I have to do it?
Till now, we develop on Android because, of course, it's more simply from a technical point of view because the system is open, and we access on APIs of every software or every SDK and the other application APIs. But we want to start to develop on iOS, but light version, because from technical issue, we can access to every APIs of the iPhone or the iOS. But of course, we wanted to do a light version.
I think we have time for
one more. Maybe for people that haven't asked questions before, Max, you want to say
If you were to define what Atuma does in a little bit more than a payoff, what would you say?
Create your own contextual mini apps to make your smartphone smarter.
All right.
All right, we got it.
I think we have a moment there is a judgment from the audience. Are you ready with the flow, Marco?
Oh, yeah, all
okay.
right. Forgot.
So, just regular card, green or red or whatever it is.
Is that flowers or tomatoes?
Good guys, really, huh? Very good. Who drew the card?
Oh, look at that.
Excellent.
All right, we got it.
Thank you
Thank
so
you,
much.
Francesca.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, bye.
So now the company launching their application today. I mean, it's going to be before and after this event in Italy. I'm totally sure about this. And there is no way back. How many of you have launched something today? Come on, raise your hand. I'm sure I've seen a lot of Twitter stuff that have been launching. All right, yes, we'll remember this very day. All right, next on stage, last is Andrea Gianangelo with Ubenda.
Okay, hello, I'm Andrea Gianangelo from Ubenda. There are really few huge markets in the world, and even less still untouched by technology. One of them is worth 270 billion just in the US. It's the legal market. A big chunk of this market is about legal documents. This is what we are about. Making software that lets anyone generate legal documents that are cheap, easy, and professional. But you have to start from something. So we started from legal documents for the web, so privacy policies and terms and conditions. But why? As first, 350 million websites in the world needed by law. It's the law everywhere. Then there is very low legal diversity, and there is an opportunity for subscription-based services because these documents need to be changed over time. So we built a product for generating privacy policies and launched it in March. This is how it looks like. People love it. You can go from nothing to generate a privacy policy without knowing anything, just the technology used on your website. And this is a way to generate a legal document from 80 different clauses that you can mix and by chance generate a privacy policies. But it is a very flexible model for generating legal documents. This is how it looks like. We have 550,000 page views per month, 12,000 website owners registered, 32,000 privacy policies generated, and 400 million loads every month of our embedding code that loads the privacy policy. 400 million. The revenues are in the range of the tens of thousands with a small plan in the freemium-based service at 27 per year per website, 27 bucks. There is a solid model based on reselling to partnering with hosting providers for reselling, web agencies that dump the cost of our service on their users, on their clients, and virality and SEO that are embedded in how the process works. We are a team of 3, legal, backend, 10 years experience each. I'm web design since the age of 10. I also co-developed one of the most purchased iOS apps in Italy. These are our current investors. They put $100,000 in our company 1 year ago. The good news is this model can be replicated, and we are here for that. We are already doing that with privacy policies for different devices, mobile, Facebook apps, and the web. Terms and conditions are coming in a few weeks. And other documents in the future. Scaling this model is our next goal, because we want to be the cheap and professional option for legal documents and procedures. That's it. Thank you.
All right.
Can I say that there is a counter here? Okay, you see that screen, and it's the first time in my life that I see pitches that finish, I don't know, 40 seconds before. Normally the problem is that you can't stop talking, so congrats, really.
See, it's been testing for years. Anyway, good job, Andrea. So it's time to ask questions. 5 minutes and 40 seconds that we saved.
Andrea, again, another very good presentation with a lot of energy. You've done a lot of progress since probably a year and a half ago when we first met.
1 year.
A year ago? One of the questions I had at the time, and I still have it, is about the value of what you do. It's technically tricky. You do a very good job. You make it look very easy. But people don't have a concept of how much is a privacy policy worth. can you maybe explain what is the value, how it's sold, how you're selling it today, and if you've changed it from the beginning of the model?
Yeah, I think that the value is in saving time with a very frustrating task. Simple, but very frustrating. The point is, we are not... we don't aim to the final casual consumer. We aim to resell through partners, hosting providers. We are working on deals here, advanced stage in deals with them, and web agencies that resell the products, so this product to their clients. So the web agency makes this, or the web developer makes the choice to purchase the product, and then he dumps it on the client. The feedback that we have from people, real people, is that they love it. I just see people that, yeah, the paying is, we already have a good rate and growing on that stage. Consider that we only have per website licenses, and we are about to launch bundle licenses that are aimed to them for having all the websites that you make on your web agency use the service. So that's the next step, making the model in terms of pricing more suitable to professionals that make websites. So that's the step.
Right, to be as short as possible you answer, so we have time for more.
How much do people spend on privacy policy? So what cost are you replacing?
With my site, on average, it's about $1,000 if you go to a lawyer, okay? Our service costs less than $30 per year, okay, per website.
The next question is, what's after privacy policy?
Terms and condition now, in a few weeks. And then we want to iterate this model on more legal documents, because this is a model. I don't see it as generating privacy policies. I see it as generating legal documents. That's a legal document. The market is very big. Out of those 270 billion just in the US, 1/3 is small businesses and consumers. And that's not big consultancies. There are small contract-based consultancies. So there is a big market there, and nothing, basically.
Okay, time for one more.
Okay.
Who's up?
I believe that the market you're attacking is a great market to attack. It's not been attacked by many, and it's a great idea. I believe you're going very well. I see a lot of execution issues because you're a small team, and I'd like to know, what do you plan in terms of team development, and how do you really plan to attack, especially the US, and that is the richest legal market?
Okay, I think that given the size of our team, we did a lot, because we are just 2 people full time, and what we did is great. The next step is scale the team, so it's the next challenge, raising money and...
Who would you hire next?
Hiring?
Who would you hire? Which position? What do you need?
Basically, we need to sell more, so direct and partnering. So we need to work on these 2 distribution channels, and we need more developers, and basically the legal side is more consultancy based. You don't need to hire people. So we are a software company with a legal branch, basically. We want to make software for the legal, for bringing legal to consumer, basically, and small business. That's okay.
Should we call it off?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Andrea, it's time to... Yeah. Put your hands together.
Okay.
Sono anche verdi.
Andrea, go there. Gotta take the picture there. Go right in the middle. It's time to vote.
So you can check carefully. All the cards up, thanks.
Dai.
All right. Very good.
You count them all, Marco?
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you so
We
much.
got it.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
I think we're done.
Yeah.
We would like to do more, but we'll meet
Thank
again
you so
this
much to all
afternoon.
the
Thank you,
judges.
guys.
Thank you so much. And Marco, see you in the afternoon. Thanks. All right. Thank you so much.